It was a morning like any other, yet something in the air felt different. The city was waking slowly, the golden sun breaking through the gaps between tall buildings, casting long shadows on streets that had seen 1,000 stories unfold. Among them was Arin, a young dreamer with restless eyes, carrying the weight of unfulfilled ambitions and a heart full of questions. Every day, he walked the same streets, passed the same faces, yet felt invisible, like a single note lost in the symphony of the world. He often wondered if life was meant to be this repetitive, if dreams were just illusions people chased to fill the void of their ordinary lives. But deep inside, a spark refused to die. It whispered that greatness existed beyond the walls he had built around himself, beyond the comfort he clung to even as it suffocated him. That morning, the spark became impossible to ignore. As Arin walked past the old bookstore at the corner of Maple Street, a poster caught his eye. Awaken your potential, one choice can change everything. The words seemed to burn into his mind, and without fully understanding why, he pushed the door open. The bell above chimed softly, announcing his entry into a place that smelled of dust, adventure, and forgotten stories. An old man behind the counter looked up and smiled knowingly, as if he had been expecting him. "You're finally here," he said, voice gentle but piercing. "I've been waiting for someone like you." Arin froze, uncertainty gripping him. "Waiting, for me?" he asked, half laughing, half nervous. "Yes," the man said. "The world doesn't hand you destiny on a silver plate. It waits for those who are ready to take the first step." "Are you ready?" The question echoed in Arin's mind long after he left the bookstore. That day, he didn't just walk home. He wandered, thinking about his choices, his fears, and the life he had been living. He realized he had been living passively, letting days pass without purpose, letting opportunities slip through his fingers like sand. For the first time, he felt the weight of responsibility, the power to change, the power to define his own path. The next morning, Arin woke up earlier than usual. There was an urgency he could not ignore. He grabbed a notebook, writing down every dream he had ever buried, every passion he had left unexplored. By noon, he had a list that seemed impossibly long, yet it was alive, pulsing with energy and potential. This was the moment when he understood. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Life tests those who hesitate, rewards those who act. But transformation is never smooth. That very afternoon, Arin faced his first true challenge. While exploring an old trail at the edge of the city, he stumbled across a group of people who laughed at his ideas, dismissed his dreams as childish, and mocked the spark in his eyes. For a moment, doubt clawed at him. Could he really rise above mediocrity? Could he ignore the world's cynicism and continue on this lonely path? Then he remembered the old man's words. One choice can change everything. And in that instant, he made a choice, to keep moving forward, to refuse to let negativity dictate his destiny. The laughter faded behind him, but the fire inside grew. Every step became a declaration of intent, every heartbeat a drumbeat of courage. By nightfall, Arin reached a quiet hill overlooking the city. He sat down, looking at the twinkling lights below, and realized how small he had felt, and yet how infinite his potential was. He knew the journey ahead would be treacherous, full of setbacks, loneliness, and fear. But he also knew that the first step, the step he had taken today, was already proof that he was capable of more than he had ever imagined. And here's the part where I want you, the viewer, to pause and reflect. Have you ever felt like Arin? Trapped by routine, afraid to step into the unknown? Let this story be a reminder. Every day is a chance to awaken your potential. If Arin's courage inspires you, imagine what subscribing to this channel could do for your own journey. Hit that subscribe button, because every story here is crafted to motivate, to challenge, and to guide you toward the life you're meant to live. As the stars blinked above, Arin made a silent vow. Tomorrow, he would face new challenges, meet people who would shape his path, and uncover secrets of the world he had never dared to dream of. His story was only beginning, but already, it was alive with possibility. And with each heartbeat, each step, he was learning the most important lesson of all. Destiny favors those who act. The morning sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden glow over the city, but Arin no longer saw it the same way. The streets he had once wandered aimlessly now seemed full of hidden possibilities, paths that led somewhere beyond the ordinary. After that hilltop night, he knew the world would test him relentlessly. It would demand more than courage, it would demand persistence, wisdom, and the willingness to face the parts of himself he had long avoided. And Arin was ready, or so he hoped. The first test came in an unexpected form. As he walked toward the market district, he noticed a commotion by a narrow alley. A young boy was trapped under a fallen cart, surrounded by chaos, as merchants argued about whose responsibility it was to help. Without thinking, Arin rushed forward, lifting the cart just enough to free the child. His arms burned, his heart raced, but he felt a surge of something deeper than adrenaline, a sense of purpose. This small act, simple as it was, revealed a truth he had only begun to understand. Courage was not about fame or recognition, it was about action when it mattered most. Word of Arin's deed spread quickly. People began noticing him, and with that attention came whispers of envy, doubt, and challenge. A man named Kale, known for his influence in the city and his cold, calculating nature, approached him one evening. "You think you can change the world with acts of kindness?" Kale asked, his eyes sharp and unreadable. "The world rewards the ruthless, not the dreamers." Arin felt a chill but did not retreat. He realized that true strength was not in avoiding confrontation but in standing firm when confronted. "I don't want to change the world overnight," he replied calmly. "I just want to make a difference where I can. And if that challenges you, so be it." Kale smirked and walked away, but Arin knew this was only the beginning. The city was full of Kales, people who thrived on fear, manipulation, and control. Each encounter would test his resolve, forcing him to balance compassion with strategy, courage with patience. In the days that followed, Arin's journey became a series of lessons disguised as challenges. He helped a struggling artist find her voice, defended an elderly shopkeeper against injustice, and faced betrayal from someone he thought was a friend. Each experience left him bruised, weary, but infinitely wiser. He discovered that growth was painful, that success required sacrifice, and that the most important battles were often fought within. One night, after a particularly exhausting day, Arin returned to the hill where his journey had truly begun. The city lights shimmered like constellations below, and he reflected on how far he had come. The victories were small, but they were real. And the failures, they were lessons he could never unlearn, each one shaping him into someone stronger, more resilient, and more determined. It was then that a voice, gentle yet commanding, echoed in his mind, the voice of the old man from the bookstore. "Remember, Arin, the path to greatness is not linear. It is forged in fire, tested in shadow, and realized in action. Those who hesitate will fade. Those who act, they live." Arin understood that this journey was not about recognition or praise, it was about becoming the person he was meant to be. Every step, every struggle, every decision mattered. And in that realization, he found a profound sense of empowerment, a quiet certainty that the life he wanted was within reach, if only he had the courage to claim it. And here is where I speak directly to you, the viewer. Think about your own life, your dreams, your fears, your challenges. Are you waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the approval of others? Take a lesson from Arin. One choice, one action, can change everything. Subscribe to this channel, because every story, every lesson here, is designed to ignite your courage, to motivate your action, and to remind you that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. As days turned to weeks, Arin faced his greatest trial yet. Kale, the man who had doubted him, orchestrated a challenge that would test every skill, every ounce of determination Arin had gained. A fire had broken out in the heart of the city, trapping hundreds in a crumbling building. Panic spread like wildfire, and authorities hesitated, uncertain how to act. Without a second thought, Arin ran toward danger, navigating smoke, debris, and chaos with a clarity that came only from purpose. He guided people to safety, risking everything, until the fire was finally contained and the last of the trapped citizens were free. That night, as he collapsed on the hill once more, Arin understood the ultimate truth. Life's purpose is realized not in comfort, not in recognition, but in courage under pressure. The spark that had awakened in him months ago had grown into a fire that could not be extinguished. And he knew, without doubt, that this was only the beginning of a life lived fully, with intention, with bravery, and with love for the people around him. As you watch this story unfold, know this: greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It is available to anyone willing to act, willing to endure, willing to believe in themselves when no one else does. Let Arin's journey inspire you. Hit subscribe, join our community, and take the first step on your own path of fire. Your story is waiting, don't let it wait any longer.